Peaceful sleep facts about the Aztec world. Close your eyes and breathe slowly. Tonight we travel not through stars or distant planets, but across time, into a world built on calm water, warm sunlight, and a deep understanding of harmony. The Aztec world is often remembered for conflict and power, but beneath the surface was a culture shaped by quiet reflection, balance, and a profound connection to nature. Their cities floated gently on lakes. Their gardens drifted like green clouds. Their dreams were seen as sacred journeys into a world of spirit and peace. So let your mind soften, let your breathing deepen, and allow this journey to carry you somewhere gentle, somewhere ancient, somewhere calm. Welcome to Dreamy Sleepy Science, where history becomes a soft place to rest, and the night opens like water. Cities that breathed with water breathe slowly for a moment. Let the world around you soften. You are about to drift back in time. Not to noise, not to battle, not to grand ceremonies, but to the quiet side of the Aztec world, the side that most people forget, the peaceful side, the side made of water, sky, and gentle sunlight. In your mind, imagine the surface of a wide, calm lake. The water is still like polished obsidian. It reflects the sky perfectly. Clouds drifting like white feathers across blue silk. This lake is called Lake Texcoco. It is quiet, it is wide, it is ancient. Now imagine an island rising from the water. Not a natural island, but one shaped by human hands, slowly, carefully, with patience. This island becomes a city. Her city unlike any other the world had ever seen. Tenochtitlan, but we do not stand in its busy market. We do not listen to trumpets or warriors or crowds. We walk the quiet pathways of water, where the city becomes soft, where the city breathes. You begin to float. Imagine yourself standing on a small wooden boat. The wood is smooth beneath your fingertips. The air is cool. The scent is fresh. A mix of water plants, morning breeze, and gentle earth. You don't row. You don't steer. The boat glides on its own slowly, like a thought moving through the back of your mind. The water around you is so still that it mirrors the sky. It feels as if you are floating between two infinities, one below, one above. The world here is quiet, like a whisper in the early morning. You hear soft paddles in the distance. A bird calling once, a breeze brushing past reeds. Everything moves slowly. Nothing rushes here. The people of this place understood something very few societies remember. Life does not need to move fast to be full. The gardens that float ahead, you see something beautiful. Green islands, small, long, and gentle, floating on the water. These are called chinampas, but they are not rafts, not boats. They are gardens. Gardens built upon the lake itself. They drift, but they are steady. They rest lightly, the way leaves rest upon the surface of a stream. On these islands, maize grows tall, beans climb in spirals, squash leaves spread like wide green hands. Flowers grow here too, bright, soft, delicate blossoms of orange and purple, placed not just for food, but for beauty. The Aztecs understood something simple and profound. Beauty heals the mind. Beauty is nourishment. Beauty is necessary. The floating gardens sway ever so slightly with the water's gentle breath. You watch without speaking. You listen to the silence. And the silence is full. The pathways of water. The boat glides into a canal, narrow, peaceful, bordered by soft reeds. The canal curves slowly, like a river that knows no urgency. On either side, tall trees lean gently inward. Their leaves touch above your head, forming a green ceiling that filters the light. The sunlight becomes soft, golden, warm in the gentlest way. The air here feels cool, alive, fresh. This place is not built against nature. It is built with nature, balanced with it, breathing with it. You can feel this balance in your body. Your shoulders drop. Your hands loosen. Your chest softens. Your breathing matches the rhythm of the water, slow, calm, effortless, like the city itself. Life moves, slowly. Here you pass another boat. A gardener sits in it, quiet and focused. He leans forward, placing seeds gently into soft, dark soil. His movements are slow, careful, patient. He does not hurry. There is time. There is always time. This world understood patience not as waiting, but as being. You watch him move. His presence is peaceful. His silence is not empty. It is full of purpose. The air around you feels warmer now, softer. You feel as if you've always known this place, as if part of you remembers it. Reflections of the sky, your boat, drifts into a wider, open stretch of water. The lake reflects the sky again. Clouds move slowly. The reflection moves slowly, and you feel your thoughts begin to move slowly too. You are floating in a world where nothing is sharp, nothing is loud, nothing demands. Here life unfolds like a feather falling, like a leaf drifting, like water flowing around stone without resistance. You begin to feel as though you are dissolving into this calm. Your body is still, your mind is quiet, you're breathing even. The city doesn't overwhelm you. It holds you, like a cradle made of sunlight and water. Evening comes softly. The sky begins to change. Golden light deepens into warm amber. The air cools again, but gently, like a soothing hand brushing your forehead. In the distance, torches flicker to life along the canals, not harsh flames. Soft light. They reflect in the water as long glowing ribbons. The city does not go dark all at once. It dims like the world preparing to sleep. You feel your eyelids grow heavier. Your breath slows even further. You are safe here. You are held. You are quiet. The boat continues to glide. No destination, no urgency. Only drifting, floating, resting. And the city floats with you, a city breathing with water. A city that remembers balance. A city that understands peace. Now let the scene fade. Slowly the water becomes softer. The sky becomes dimmer. The air becomes still. You are drifting deeper now, not into history, but into rest, into sleep. The quiet rhythm of water stays with you. You breathe in. You breathe out. Everything is calm, everything is gentle, everything is peace. The gentle heart of Tenochtitlan. Let your breathing soften again. Just a slow inhale and an easy, quiet exhale. You are floating still, still upon the same calm waters. But now you begin to drift closer, toward the heart of the Aztec world, toward a city that did not rise from soil or stone, but from a lake. A city that looked as though it was dreamed into existence. A city called Tenochtitlan, a city on water picture, a vast lake under a wide open sky. Now, imagine a city not built beside it, but within it. The city stands light upon the water, not heavy, not harsh, but graceful, balanced, held up by the lake itself. You don't feel like you are entering a city. You feel like you are stepping into a dream. Buildings rise gently from the water. Terraces reflect the sunshine, and every pathway has water beside it. Like veins that carry peace instead of haste, the water is everywhere, calming everything. The city breathes with the lake, and you breathe with it. Gliding into the city, your small boat continues forward. No rush, no urgency. The canals widen and branch into graceful waterways, like the quiet thoughts of someone deeply at peace. As you glide, you see homes built of smooth stone and wood, resting lightly along the banks. There are walkways where people move slowly, not hurrying, not pushing, simply existing, as though the day itself will unfold naturally, without being forced. No one here chases time. Time itself moves gently like the water, a city of reflection. Everything reflects here. Palm leaves shimmer on the surface. Temple steps ripple in the lake's quiet mirror, and the sky repeats itself everywhere. A world doubled in water. Looking at the reflection, you cannot tell which world is the sky and which is the city. It is as though the earth and the heavens have agreed to share the same space. Here, there is no separation between above and below. There is only balance, and balance feels safe. Your body recognizes this. Your muscles loosen again. The tension leaves your hands. Your ribs expand in a soft, slow breath. You are becoming part of the calm, the soft murmur of life. There is sound here, but none of it is loud. The soft scoop of a paddle, the flutter of a bird crossing the canal. Distant laughter, not sharp but warm. Every sound is placed gently, like a bead on a string. This city was alive, but not overwhelming. Alive the way a quiet forest is. Alive. Alive the way you're breathing. There's alive when you sleep. Night begins to arrive, the sky begins to shift, slowly, tenderly. Day does not fall into night here, night blossoms. The blue deepens into violet. The water grows darker, turning from mirror to ink. The last light of the sun touches the stone temples, painting them gold for just a breath of time, and then the torches are lit, stars on the water. The torches cast warm, flickering light, but the flames are not bright or intense. They are gentle, like resting embers. Each flame reflects in the water below. Every reflection stretches, ripples, softens. It looks as though stars have descended to float upon the canals. The night sky above holds its stars. The lake below holds its own. You float between two galaxies, a sky above and a sky beneath. You feel suspended between worlds, held in the quiet center of both, held in peace. The heart that was gentle people lived close to each other here. Families, children, elders, sharing meals, tending gardens, walking along the canals in the warm night air. There was community. There was connection. There was ease. Not every part of Aztec life was war or ritual. There were moments like this, simple, soft, honest moments. People talking quietly beside the water. Someone humming an old melody. Someone carrying flowers to place in the home. Nothing forced, nothing hurried. Life flowed like water. You are held. The boat slows even more now. Your body feels heavier, not with exhaustion, but with rest. Your breathing softens. Your eyelids feel warm. Your thoughts move like the gentle rippling beneath the hull. Tenochtitlan does not demand anything from you. It simply holds you in its quiet. Here you do not need to think. You do not need to remember. You do not need to try. You only float, held by water, held by air, held by peace. Let the scene fade. The lights on the water flicker softly. The sky above deepens into a soft, velvety dark. The sounds drift further away. Your breath remains slow. Your body remains calm. Your mind becomes quiet, warm, dissolved in stillness. The gentle heart of Tenochtitlan continues to beat, softly, calmly, and you drift with it. You are safe. You are held. You are resting. Voices of the calm priests in the heart of the Aztec world. There were sacred places where sound softened into something almost like silence. These were the temples of the priests, quiet spaces of reflection, breath, and gentle devotion. Contrary to how many imagine ancient civilizations, full of battle cries, drums, and intense ritual, there existed another side of Aztec life that was beautifully calm. A world where prayer was not a cry for power, but a soft conversation with the universe. The priests did not always speak loudly. Many of their prayers were murmured, whispered into the early morning air when the sky was still pale and cool. Their voices seemed to float rather than echo. Each word was shaped slowly, carefully, as though they carried delicate meaning. There was no hurry, no urgency. Time in these places unfolded like petals, opening beneath soft sunlight. The temples themselves were built high, close to the sky. Not as a display of dominance, but as a bridge, a quiet place where heaven and earth could touch for a moment. Before sunrise, the air up there was cool and clean. The first light would fall gently across stone, like soft fingers brushing across ancient steps. Priests often rose long before the city woke. As the lake below still slept under its shimmering silver surface, they would sit in stillness, facing the horizon. They closed their eyes, allowing their breathing to fall into a slow rhythm. Inhale, pause, exhale. It was believed that through breathing alone, the spirit could rise and relax, becoming light enough to float in the space between body and sky. Their songs were not loud hymns. They were soft tonal hums. Vibrations felt more than heard. These chants moved like calm waves, rolling gently through the air. The notes did not rush forward. They stretched, opened, and lingered. It was like listening to wind passing through tall reeds, or watching water ripple across the surface of a lake after a single small touch. There was a peace in their pace. Every movement was slow. Every gesture deliberate. Even the soft brush of hands over ceremonial cloth was drawn out, flowing like the quiet movement of clouds. These priests taught that tranquility could be found not in silence alone, but in the care taken with each action. To walk into their temples was to step out of the pace of everyday life. The streets below might be full of market laughter, footsteps, and conversation, but inside the world was hushed. The stone walls held the sound gently, as though cradling it. The air smelled of fresh herbs, crushed leaves, and the faint sweetness of burning copal. Smoke curled upward in slow motion, like dreams rising from the body. People came here when their hearts felt heavy, not to ask for miracles, but to rest, to breathe, to remember themselves. The priests would sit with them, sometimes speaking only a few words. Advice was not given quickly. It unfolded slowly, like a story told one calm sentence at a time. They believed the mind does not relax when forced, it relaxes when allowed. And so they offered space, stillness, warmth. They believed that the body holds memory in the breath. If the breath becomes tight, the heart becomes tight. If the breath softens, the heart softens. So they taught breathing before speaking, resting before acting, listening before responding. This was not just spiritual practice. It was a gentle rhythm for living. Sometimes, late at night, when the city was sleeping and only the moonlight touched the water, the priests would gather together to sing as one. Their voices layered softly, like multiple streams flowing into a wide, clear river. Their song did not celebrate power, war, conquest, or greatness. It celebrated presence. It celebrated being alive in a world that moved slowly enough to feel every moment fully. In those hours, the city did not glow with noise or movement. It glowed with quiet, with peace, with the steady heartbeat of human breath. And if you had stood near the temples then, even just at the edges, you would have felt it too. The stillness, the gentleness, the warmth of a world where prayer was soft and life was allowed to unfold at the speed of the soul. Here sound did not break silence, it held it. Here stillness was not empty, it was full of meaning. Here peace was not something searched for, it was something lived one breath at a time. The priests of the Aztec world understood something deeply simple and deeply true. Peace does not need to be loud. Peace is the quiet that comes when the heart is finally allowed to rest. Gardens that floated like clouds, there was a time when the world of the Aztecs shimmered with green. Not just forests or fields, but gardens that seemed to drift quietly upon the water. These were called chinampas, floating gardens, though they did not truly float. They rested on woven beds of reeds and earth, anchored with roots and patience. And yet, when seen from afar, from the edge of the lake or from the steps of a temple at dawn, they looked like gentle islands, resting lightly upon the surface of the world, as though placed there by a dream. These gardens did not move quickly. Nothing about them rushed. They grew slowly, steadily, peacefully, the way clouds move when the sky is calm and the air is warm. The lake waters that held them were quiet, smooth, reflective. Sometimes, when morning light first touched the horizon, the surface of the water glowed like soft silver glass. The chinampas rose from that mirror, green and moist and full of life. Their rows were straight, but they did not seem rigid. They felt natural, like they had always been there, like they had grown from the water itself. Farmers who tended these gardens moved with steady footsteps, not hurried, not frantic. Their work was a kind of meditation, simple, rhythmic, gentle. They would glide between the gardens in canoes carved from dark wood. The paddles dipped into the water with the softest sound, barely a whisper. A slow push, a slow glide. The water parted around them, and then returned behind them smooth as silk. The gardens were filled with colors that did not shout. Soft green corn leaves, the gentle yellow of squash flowers, beans climbing in slow spirals, wrapping around reeds like fingers softly holding on. The wind passed through these plants in the most delicate way, not shaking them, not bending them, just touching them, like a quiet hand resting in reassurance. The leaves responded with a soft rustling, a sound that felt almost like breathing. In these places, the world did not feel heavy, time did not feel sharp. Life seemed to move in long, slow waves. Families worked together, but their voices did not rise loudly across the water. They spoke softly, the way people do when they know the quiet is sacred. There was no need to fill the air with noise. The world around them was already full, not full of sound, but full of presence, of life, of gentleness. The lake was home to birds that glided silently across the air. Herons stood like statues along the banks, waiting, patient still. Sometimes a small splash broke the stillness, a fish brushing the surface, a frog slipping into the water. But even those sounds were soft. They blended into the calm rather than disrupting it. The farmers knew the lake as a friend. They understood its moods. They tended to it the way one would tend to a heart, with care, with awareness, with attention to quiet rhythms. They built the chinampas not to conquer nature, but to live beside it, to move with it, to respect it. The soil on the gardens was rich, dark, and full of gentle, nourishing life. It came from the bottom of the lake, a place untouched by footsteps or passing time. The farmers would scoop it up slowly, lifting it with woven baskets, letting it drain, letting it breathe, then spreading it carefully along the gardens, smoothing it by hand. Their hands were not hurried. They worked with love, the kind of love that does not need words or declarations, a love that lives in action, in patience, in presence. Walking across the gardens, you could feel the land beneath your feet, but also the softness of the water supporting it. The sensation was subtle, as if the earth itself were floating upon a breath. From above, and perhaps from the top of a high temple, or from a hill in the distance, the chinampas looked like a patchwork quilt of green. Rows and rows of living earth, surrounded by ribbons of water. A pattern made by human hands, but guided by the gentle lines of nature. And when the sun began to set, and the sky grew soft with shades of rose and gold, the water turned into a glowing path of light. The chinampas rested quietly in that glow, like islands in a warm dream. The day exhaled. The earth relaxed. The air cooled and softened. Night did not come quickly here. It drifted in slowly, like mist rising from the lake. As the stars appeared, their reflections shivered softly on the water. The chinampas became darker, quieter, blending into the gentle night. Fireflies danced between the reeds, tiny wandering stars that came down to rest among the gardens. The families returned to their homes in slow-moving boats. No rush, no urgency, only the calm, steady rhythm of paddles touching water. The lake settled, the plants slept, the world breathed, and everything was held in peace. The floating gardens of the Aztec world were not just farms. They were living poetry, gardens where earth and water, sky and plant, human and universe met in harmony. They teach us something simple and deep. Life grows best when it is allowed to be gentle. Growth does not need to be loud. It only needs to be patient. Time told by the sky in the world of the Aztecs. Time did not feel like something that chased anyone. It did not hurry. It did not press against the mind with urgency. It moved gently, the way the sky changes throughout the day, slowly, steadily, and only when it is ready. The Aztecs lived in a world where people looked upward to understand life. The sky was not just decoration above them. It was a teacher, a guide, a quiet presence that helped them understand how to move through the world with steadiness and purpose. Every morning, the sun rose in a calm and dependable arc across the sky. No matter what happened in the world below, the sun came back. It climbed, it warmed the earth. It lit the water, the gardens, and the city in soft golden light. And every evening, that same sun descended again, slowly, gently, fading over the distant mountains. The day did not end abruptly. That eased into dusk, a gradual, soothing transition from brightness to rest. The Aztecs saw this softness and took it as a lesson. Life is not a straight line. It is a rhythm, a breath in and a breath out. Their calendars, the ones carved in stone and painted on delicate cloth, were not clocks to force time to move. They were reminders of patterns already happening in the world around them. The sun moved in cycles. The moon followed its phases, new crescent half full, and began again. The stars rotated slowly across the night sky, returning to the same positions after long, patient journeys. Nothing in the sky rushed, and so neither did they. During the day, the Aztecs looked to the shadows to understand the hour. When the sun was high, shadows were short. When it was low, shadows stretched long across the ground. This was enough. Time did not need to be measured in minutes or seconds. There was no ticking. No deadlines, no alarms. Time was simply the way the world unfolded. At night, people gathered near the water, sitting along the edges of canals or resting on the steps of stone homes. The air cooled. The sounds of the day softened. The city grew quiet, lit only by the warm glow of torches and small fires. Above them, the sky slowly revealed its stars, one then many, until the entire heavens glittered in silence. These stars were not just distant lights. They were companions. They were storytellers. Each had a place. Each had a meaning. Each helped guide the seasons, the planting of gardens and the movement of ceremonies. When a certain constellation rose, it meant it was time to plant maize. When another shifted closer to the horizon, it meant rain would return soon. The sky gave reminders that were gentle, not demanding. The Aztecs listened. They listened to time instead of fighting it. Their 260-day spiritual calendar, called the Tonalpohualli, was not about tracking days like tasks. It was about understanding energy, mood, and flow. Each day had its own quiet character, like a personality, and people moved with it rather than against it. Some days were good for planting. Some were good for resting. Some were good for teaching or celebrating. Some were days for silence, to let the world breathe. The Tonalpohualli did not tell people what to do. It reminded them to move in harmony with the world, not ahead of it, not behind it. Then there was the 365-day solar calendar, the Supahualli. This one followed the sun. It measured seasons. It understood warmth and cold, rain and dryness. It told the people not just when to plant, but when the world needed to rest, because the earth too has its quiet times. Time in this world was like a circle that never truly ended. There was no fear of running out. There was only returning, rebalancing, breathing and releasing. In the evenings, priests watched the sky carefully, but they did not do so with fear. There was no urgency in their watching. Their gaze was calm, patient. They would look from horizon to horizon, noting the gradual movements that others might never see. They understood that change does not need to be sudden to be important. A shift of a star by a small degree, almost invisible, could signal the coming of a new season, a new cycle of life. Their role was not to control time or command it. Their role was to recognize the quiet ways it moved, and they shared this with the people, not with loud declarations, but with soft guidance. Now is a good time to begin. Now is a good time to rest. Now is a good time to honor the world. Time was not a ruler. It was a companion, a rhythm, something to move with, not against. In daily life, this understanding created calm. If a person was busy, they did not rush. If a task was unfinished, it did not mean failure. It simply meant the cycle had not yet completed. Nothing was late. Nothing was early. Everything arrived when the world was ready. People walked slowly through the city. They worked in quiet cooperation. Children learned through watching and participating, not through pressure. Elders were honored because they carried many cycles of time inside them and understood how to live in balance. Even celebrations, which could be grand, had moments of stillness built into them. Moments for breathing, for listening, for remembering that life moves in waves, not in lines. The people did not fear the passing of days. They knew that endings always led to beginnings. The way dusk always led back to dawn. The sun returns, always. The moon returns, always. The stars circle back to where they once were, always. And so, peace could be found in the simple act of watching the sky. If you were to sit beside a calm canal in that world, perhaps early in the morning, when mist floated just above the water's surface, you would see time unfolding gently around you. You would see the sun warming the tops of the floating gardens. You would see light slowly spreading across the city. You would see reflections rippling softly in the water, disturbed only by a quiet canoe moving through it. You might not even notice the moment morning became day. It would happen gradually, like a thought drifting through your mind unhurried. The sky did not rush. The world did not push. Life was allowed to unfold, and the people lived with it, not against it. To the Aztecs, time was not something to chase. It was something to trust, a reminder that life comes in cycles. Rest is as important as action. There is a right time for everything, and nothing needs to happen all at once. Time is gentle when we listen to it, and so the Aztecs listened to the sun, to the moon, to the stars, and found peace in their slow, patient rhythm. The calm guardians of nature. In the world of the Aztecs, certain animals were not seen as frightening or dangerous. They were seen as teachers, quiet symbols of balance, presence, and connection. They were reminders of how to move through the world with both strength and peace. Among these guardians were the jaguar, the eagle, and the serpent. You do not need to imagine them as wild or threatening. Here in this gentle story poem, they are calm. They move slowly. They appear only when the world is already quiet. They are part of the stillness. So let us go slowly. Let us walk into their world without fear. There is no danger here. Only watching. Only breathing. Only presence. The jaguar, imagine you are in a quiet part of the ancient forest. The air is warm. The leaves move gently above your head. The ground is soft with fallen earth and shaded moss. You do not hear footsteps, only the distant sound of water moving somewhere far away. And from the shadows, a jaguar steps forward, not quickly, not suddenly. Its movement is slow, deliberate, and silent, as though the air itself makes space for it. In the Aztec world, the jaguar was not feared because of its power. It was respected because of its stillness. The jaguar does not move unless it chooses to. It does not hurry. It does not waste energy. It knows itself, and deeply and completely. To the Aztecs, this was a lesson. Strength does not need to be loud. Confidence does not need to announce itself. Power can be quiet and still be complete. As you continue to breathe slowly, the jaguar settles into the shade. Its eyes are calm. Its presence is steady. There is no aggression, no urgency, only quiet awareness. The jaguar teaches you to move with purpose, not pressure. To act when the moment is right, and rest when stillness is needed. Your breathing slows to match its rhythm. In, pause, out, rest, calm. Steady, unforced, the eagle now imagine looking upward. The sky opens above you in a vast, soft blue, uninterrupted, wide, peaceful. From somewhere far overhead, an eagle glides in slow circles. Its wings do not need to flap constantly. It does not fight the wind. It moves with it, allowing the air to carry it where it needs to go. To the Aztecs, the eagle was a symbol of clarity, not in the sense of sharpness or intensity, but in the way that seeing from far away gives perspective. When you are close to something, it can feel overwhelming. But from above, everything becomes simpler, peaceful, understandable. The eagle reminds you there is no need to solve everything at once. You can step back. You can breathe. You can see the bigger shape of things. The eagle glides effortlessly, not pushing, not rushing, just moving with the natural currents of the sky. Your thoughts begin to do the same, slow, light, drifting gently into place. There is no hurry. The serpent and now. Picture the serpent, not large, not frightening, just a smooth, quiet shape moving through grass or water. The serpent does not force its way through the world. It flows. It reminds the Aztecs, and now you, that the world changes in cycles. Just as the serpent sheds its skin when it has outgrown it, you too are allowed to release what no longer fits your life. Not all at once, not with pressure, but gradually. Gently, like a breath that leaves the body without effort. The serpent symbolizes renewal, but not a dramatic one, a soft one, a kind one, a patient one. It tells you you do not have to be who you were yesterday. You can become lighter, slowly, quietly. Change can feel like rest. As you imagine the serpent weaving through soft light, your mind releases a little tension. Your shoulders loosen. Your jaw relaxes. Your breathing deepens. You do not need to try to relax. It is happening naturally. Unity and balance to the Aztecs. These three guardians were not separate. The jaguar represented the quiet strength of the earth. The eagle represented the calm perspective of the sky. The serpent represented the gentle movement of life itself. Together, they reminded people to stand firm, to see clearly, to move with the flow of time, not forcing, not resisting. Just being. The world, like the body, like the breath, moves at its own pace, and you are allowed to rest inside it. There is no hurry here, no urgency, no expectation. Only calm, only peace, only breathing. The night that carried stories. When the sun finally slipped behind the mountains and the last warmth faded from the stones, the village breathed in as one. Evening arrived like a gentle visitor, quiet and familiar, as though it had walked the same path for centuries. The sky changed slowly, first blue, then violet, then the deep. Endless black that felt ancient and protective. The people moved softly through the dusk, speaking less, stepping slower, as if the world itself had lowered its voice. And when the fire was lit, a soft amber glow rising from the center of the village, the elders gathered. Children would sit close, wrapped in woven blankets, the patterns warm with the memory of generations. The younger adults settled behind them, calm and unhurried, letting the flames reflect in their eyes. The night had come, and with it, the stories. A time of quiet, listening. There was no rush, no urgency. The world under the stars did not hurry. The night was sacred, a gentle keeper of memory. And so the elders spoke slowly, with pauses wide enough for the heart to breathe. Their voices carried no sharpness, no force, only warmth, like the soft hush of wind brushing against tall grass. The silence between their words was not empty. It was full of presence, of belonging, of something deeper than language. Each story was not just heard, it was felt, and the flames danced. Flickering gold and soft orange, like tiny shifting suns in the center of the gathering. Stories that were carried. Not told. The elders did not invent stories, they carried them, the way one carries a bowl of water, carefully, respectfully, knowing that each word held meaning passed from hand to hand, from generation to generation. Stories were not entertainment. They were memory. They were identity. They were a bridge, a thread, a quiet river flowing from the ancient past to the living present. And everyone understood this, even the smallest children, who listened not with curiosity, but with reverence. The heroes were not loud in these stories. Heroes did not shout. They did not conquer. They did not glitter with pride. Instead, they listened. They observed. They learned. They moved slowly and with care, like nature itself. A hero was one who understood the river, who listened to the trees, who respected the sky, who bowed to the mountain, who knew that power does not need noise. The children who listened grew up knowing something precious. Strength can be quiet. Wisdom can be gentle. Bravery can be calm. And so the village lived without fear. The ancestors were never gone. The elders spoke of ancestors as though they were sitting just beyond the glow of the fire, unseen but present, watching with quiet affection. They were not distant memories. They were companions, guides, the hands behind the wind, the warmth in the soil, the whisper in the leaves. The people believed that every step taken with respect echoed into the past, and every step taken with care shaped the future. Time was not a straight line to them. It was a circle, a soft, endless, continuous. No one was ever truly gone. They were simply changing form, from breath to wind, from body to earth, from voice to silence. The stars were listeners. Two above them, the night sky was vast, thick with stars, bright and patient. The people did not look at the stars as cold or distant. They saw them as companions, gentle watchers, quiet listeners. Each star, they believed, held a story. Some held the memory of the first light. Some held the dreams of the unborn. Some held the tears of those who loved deeply. When the elders paused, the people would lift their gaze and let the stars speak. The silence was never silent. The universe was always singing, softly. The fire was the heart of the night. The flames swayed, stretching upward but never breaking apart. Sparks rose occasionally, drifting up into the darkness like tiny souls on a gentle journey. The fire was not just warmth. It was connection. It brought everyone close. It reminded them that though the world was vast, they had each other. The fire was like life itself, and bright, warm, fragile, and endlessly renewing. The wind carried the words gently. Sometimes, while an elder spoke, a soft wind would move through the gathering, slow, cool and considerate. It touched hair, skin, and clothing like a familiar hand. The people believed that the wind was the ancestors listening, moving close, acknowledging the stories being told. The night was not merely a setting. It was a participant, a presence, a companion. A story about the first night one of the elders began a story. Slowly, there was a time when there was no night, he said softly. Only endless day, and the people were restless, for the world was always bright. The heart needs a place to rest. So the sky, with kindness, laid down a blanket of darkness, one soft, deep, gentle, so that the earth could dream. At this, the children leaned closer. The fire glowed deeper. The night seemed to exhale. The darkness was not created to hide things, he continued. It was created to reveal what the eyes cannot see. The heart, the memory, the spirit, the quiet truth, and the people understood. Night was not emptiness. It was peace. The night asked for nothing. The night did not demand. It did not hurry. It did not push. It simply was, open, endless, soft. And through this gentleness, it reminded everyone, there is time, there is space, there is room to breathe. The heart does not need to rush. The mind does not need to chase. The soul does not need to fight. Everything can be slow. Everything can be calm. Everything can be enough. The stories settled like soft rain as the night deepened. The words of the elders slowed to a whisper. The fire dimmed to embers. The stars glowed softly as though smiling. The people did not applaud. They did not praise. They simply received. The stories rested inside them, like gentle rain nourishing soil. Tomorrow, those same stories would live in their actions, in their kindness, their patience, their quiet strength. The night had carried the stories once more, as it had for generations, as it would for endless generations to come. Closing whisper, and as sleep slowly wrapped itself around the village, the world rested, soft and unburdened. The ancestors were near. The stars were awake. The fire glowed like a heartbeat, and the night, vast, slow, eternal, whispered softly, "You are not alone. You have never been alone. You will never be alone." Lakes that reflected the dawn before the day began, before the first bird called out, before the winds started their wandering paths across the land. There was silence, a silence so soft that it felt like the world itself was still sleeping. In that silence lay the lakes, vast, deep, and impossibly calm. Their surfaces were smooth as polished obsidian, untouched and unbroken, like mirrors crafted by time, patience, and the gentle breath of the earth. The people believed the lakes were not simply water. They were memory. They were listening. They were the resting eyes of the world. And at dawn, those eyes slowly awakened, the moment before light. The morning did not arrive suddenly. It approached lightly, like a whisper walking across the horizon. The darkness softened into a deep blue. Then the blue began to lighten gently, carefully, like someone drawing back a curtain with their fingertips so as not to disturb a dreaming child. The lakes waited, still, quiet, patient. No ripple, no sound. No beginning of wind, just the hush of the world remembering itself. And then, without warning, the first pale thread of golden light touched the surface. Sunrise happened twice. The people always rose early, not to chase the day, but to witness the miracle that happened only in these moments. They would gather at the water's edge, families, elders, children, travelers, all with soft steps and hushed breaths, because they knew. The first sunrise happened in the sky. The second sunrise happened in the lake. The sky would bloom with shades of rose, amber, lavender, and pale gold, colors that felt like the calm breath of the universe beginning again. And then the lake would bloom with the same colors, perfect, exact, unbroken. Two worlds, one above, one below, meeting in quiet harmony. And in that reflection, every person saw something of themselves, and not their face, but their being, their stillness, their depth, their hidden light, water that held memory. It was believed that the lakes remembered everything, every footstep that touched their shores, every prayer spoken softly at dawn, every tear that fell, whether from joy or sorrow. The lakes did not forget, and they simply held, not like a weight, but like a gentle hand cupping something fragile and precious. They remembered the old songs, the first settlements, the laughter of children who were now long returned to the earth, and the quiet promises whispered under moonlight. And yet the lakes never grew heavy with memory, because water knows how to carry without burden. It flows, transforms, releases, renews. This is why the people trusted water. It taught them how to continue, the gift of reflection. When one looked into the lake at dawn, they did not simply see themselves. They saw the sky, the mountain, the light returning, the horizon stretching on forever. And in that view, they remembered. They were not separate from the world. They were part of it. a thread woven into the great tapestry of existence. The lake taught them that identity was not a boundary, it was a connection. To look into its surface was to remember I belong, I am held. I am part of something vast, gentle, eternal. The mourning of the fisherman. There was an old fisherman whose hands were worn, whose shoulders curved like smooth stones shaped by time. He never rushed. He never battled the water. He greeted the lake every morning with a quiet bow, a gesture of friendship, not mastery. He would place his canoe on the water so gently that the surface barely trembled. The lake accepted him, not as a conqueror, but as a companion, and as he paddled slowly, the sky and its reflection moved with him, surrounding him in an endless world of golden light. He once said, in a voice soft as dusk, "To know the lake is to know the rhythm of your own heart," and even the children understood. The lakes were homes for spirits. The people believed that deep beneath the still surface, ancient spirits rested, not dangerous, not fearsome, simply old, wise, and quiet. They did not speak in words. They spoke in ripples, in reflections, in the gentle feeling of being watched over. When the wind moved across the water, the people listened for messages, not instructions but reminders. Be gentle. Be patient. Be present. The lake did not command, it guided. The dawn was a teacher. Every morning as the world awoke, the lakes offered the same lesson. Light returns, even after the darkest night. Even when the world feels still and heavy, even when the heart feels lost, light returns, not with force, not with urgency, but softly, kindly, inevitably. The people learn to trust this rhythm, to live with it, to breathe with it, to let it guide them. There was no need to rush, no need to grasp, no need to chase. What is meant to come will arrive. What is meant to leave will pass. What is meant to heal will soften on its own time. The lake taught patience, not through words, but through stillness. The day begins but slowly. As the sun rose higher and the reflection grew brighter, the village began to stir. Fires were lit, bread was warmed, tools were gathered. Paths were walked, but no one hurried, because they began their day with peace, with breath, with stillness, with a reminder of the quiet order of the world. And this is why their hearts stayed calm, why their choices remained gentle, why their world felt in balance. They did not start their day from noise. They started it from reflection, closing whisper. The lakes did not simply reflect the dawn, they reflected the self, the world, the connection between the two. And every morning the people remembered, you do not stand apart from nature. You rise with it. You shine with it. You rest with it. The light above, the light below, don't one world. One sky, one quiet beginning. Sacred calm of the mountains. High above the valleys and lakes, where the air grows cool and clear, the mountains watch over the world with a quiet and ancient patience. Their peaks rise into the sky, steady and unmoving, like great guardians of time itself. To the Aztecs, these mountains were not just stone. They were living beings, wise, silent, eternal. The people believed that the mountains held memories older than any story ever spoken. They believed the mountains had seen the first dawn, the first rainfall, the first breath of the wind. And so when they built their temples upon these heights, they did not do it to conquer the land. They did it to become closer to it. Up here, everything softened. The sounds of the city below faded into a gentle hush. The air moved slowly, cool and thin, like a peaceful sigh. Clouds drifted close enough to touch, moving like soft blankets wrapped gently around the earth. It was a place where the world felt quiet enough to listen to your own heartbeat. The walk upward, the journey to the mountain temples was always slow, not because the path was steep, and though it was, not because it was long, though it stretched across winding stone steps and ancient trails, but because no one hurried. To ascend the mountain was to leave behind the pace of daily life and enter a space where time moved differently. Each step was taken with intention. Each breath was drawn with awareness. The climb was a quiet conversation between the body and the earth. I move with you. I do not force you. I am here to meet you gently. The higher one climbed, the lighter the world became. The air grew thinner, yes, but thoughts did too. Worries loosened. Memories softened. The mind became quieter, kinder, slower. It felt like rising not just through space, but through peace. Temples among the clouds at the top. The temples stood in silence, not grand or loud or glittering. They were built of stone, simple, strong, steady, shaped with careful hands and a deep sense of reverence. Their walls felt warm in the sunlight, cool in the shade, and always familiar, as though they had been waiting for you before you were even born. Clouds gathered around them, drifting slowly, wrapping the stones in soft silver mist. Sometimes entire temples disappeared into the clouds, hidden completely, and then moments later they returned again, emerging gently as if waking from a dream. To stand here was to be part of both earth and sky. You could look down and see rivers winding like silver ribbons, forests swaying quietly like green oceans, and the distant shimmer of lakes reflecting the morning. And above, there was only endless sky, wide, still, infinite. It made the heart expand. It made the breath deepen. It reminded every person, you are small, but you are held. You are gentle, but you are part of something eternal, a place where thoughts slow. The priests who lived and prayed here did not speak loudly. Their voices were soft, not because silence was demanded, but because silence was natural here. Words felt unnecessary. The wind, the clouds, the stone, the sunlight, they all spoke in their own quiet language. When the priests did speak, it was like a lullaby carried on the breeze, slow, even comforting. They believed that wisdom does not shout, it whispers, and only in silence can a whisper be heard. Clouds that moved like breath, sometimes. It felt as though the entire mountain was breathing. Clouds would drift in, fold around the stone, linger, and then dissolve away again, like slow inhalations and exhalations. Like the earth itself was alive, resting, dreaming, and those who came to the temples learned to breathe with the clouds, slowly, deeply, without rush, without force. Each breath reminded them that calm was not something to chase. It was something to return to, a place to remember. Gentle power. The mountains were strong, but they were not loud in their strength. Their power was quiet, patient, enduring. They stood not to be admired, but to remind strength does not need to shout. Strength is steady. Strength is stillness that lasts. In a world that sometimes moved fast and burned bright, the mountains offered another way, a way of presence, a way of quiet, a way of peace that does not break. Even when the world below changes, the people came here to remember this. When they returned down the mountain, the descent was always different from the climb. The steps felt lighter. The air below felt warmer. The world felt softer because something inside had changed. The mountain did not give answers, but it gave space. Space to breathe. Space to feel. Space to be. Those who returned carried the quiet with them, in their steps, in their voices, in the way they moved through the world. The mountains did not simply watch over the land, they softened the heart. Soft closing, they say. Temples among the clouds were not places of grandeur, they were places of stillness. Up there, between earth and sky, a person could feel held, balanced, light. The mountains taught that peace is not something distant. It is something we rise towards slowly, step by gentle step, and it waits for us always, where dreams met the divine. In the Aztec world, sleep was not seen as an ending to the day, nor as a simple rest for the body. Sleep was believed to be a journey, a crossing into another world, a world just as real as the one touched by sunlight. They believed that when the eyes closed and the mind softened, the spirit gently stepped beyond the physical world, entering a realm of connection, memory, and quiet truth. Here the boundaries of time and place drifted away like mist. Here the soul could wander freely. To dream was not considered random or meaningless. It was considered communication, a conversation between the self and the universe, a soft meeting between the heart and something greater. The quiet descent into sleep as night approached. The city slowly dimmed. Torches flickered with warm golden glow along the water. The air cooled. The world softened. Families gathered close. Voices lowered. The day gently released its hold. Sleep came naturally like a river carrying leaves downstream. When a person closed their eyes, they believed they did not fall. They floated, like a canoe gliding across still water at night, moving forward without effort, carried by something gentle and unseen, the dream world as a landscape. They believed the dream realm had its own geography, its own sky, its own rivers, its own mountains of memory and meaning. It was not chaos. It was not confusion. It was a reflection of the inner world, made visible and touchable. In dreams, ancestors could visit. Lost friends could smile again. Questions could be answered without words. Fears could be understood without pain. Dreams were teachers, but quiet, patient, compassionate. Nothing chased. Nothing rushed. Everything moved at the pace of breath, meeting the divine in stillness. Spiritual guides, symbols, and ancient wisdom appeared not as loud revelations, but as calm, gentle reminders. You are connected. You are held. You are not alone. The divine did not shout. It whispered in images, in feelings, in soft impressions that lingered long after waking. Dreams were the space where the spirit could rest in warm, timeless presence, a place where all worries could dissolve like morning fog. And when a person awoke, they carried that softness back with them, like the fading glow of a warm candle. Waking as a return, not an ending morning light touched the canals. The city awoke slowly. Birds called softly from the trees. Water glimmered like liquid silver, but something of the dream always remained. A calm breath, a softened heart. Quiet knowing that life does not end at the edges of the body. It continues, flows, expands. The Aztecs understood something simple and profound. The dream world and the waking world are not separate. They are two sides of the same gentle existence, two songs sung by the same quiet universe. And so, as night returns again, and your own eyes begin to soften, remember, you are stepping into a world that welcomes you, holds you and guides you with tenderness. Rest now, drift easily. Your spirit knows the way. And now the night grows still. You have walked peaceful canals, rested beneath slow-moving clouds, heard the soft echo of stories carried by water, stone, and firelight. You are safe to let go now, safe to drift, safe to rest. If you enjoyed this gentle journey and would like to experience more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel and tap the bell, so the next dream finds you easily. And if you'd like to explore more calming worlds, visit our channel anytime. There are many more soft nights waiting for you. Now the music will continue for a little while longer, so you can relax, breathe slowly, and allow sleep to come naturally. Good night and dream softly.